Hey kids! Welcome back to Science with MNT. We're so sorry for the long wait, but we're finally back with a new video and a lesson. So, are you ready to have some fun with MNT? Then let's get started. Our lesson for today is about plants. Do you know how plants eat? Do you know how they get their food and nutrients and water? Well, I'll tell you how, but first, let's learn a bit more about plants. First, what are plants? Plants are living organisms. And what does that mean? Well, to be a living organism, you have to fulfill 3 conditions. First, you need to be able to grow. Second, you need energy. For plants, it's water and sunlight. The third is that you need to reproduce. You need to make more plants. For example, more potatoes, more tomatoes, more flowers, and so on. And did you know that the plants cover a big part of the planet Earth? And that's why you see them almost everywhere. So, some example of plants are trees, grass, flowers, and the list goes on and on and on. Now that we know what plants are, how about we learn a bit more about the plant structure? All the plants have 3 things in common. The first one is the leaf. So, did you know that there is a lot of different types of leaves? Some of them looks like needle, and others they are hand-shaped. And even some of them are pointed. Isn't that interesting? But you might be wondering, what do leaves do? Why do plants have leaves? Well, let me tell you. Leaves takes the energy from the sun and the carbon dioxide from the air and transforms it into oxygen. They breathe out oxygen. And guess what? We humans and animals need oxygen to survive. So in a way, plants are helping us, and that's why they are really important. The next thing that all the plants have in common are stem. A stem is a long cylindrical tube that could be brown in color, like the tree, or green in color, like celery. You might be wondering, what do stems do? Well, stems are the one that carries all the nutrients, the water, and food that the plants need in order to grow big and strong, all the way up to the leaves. And do you also know that stems hide the food for the plant to eat later if it's hungry? And now, let's talk about the last thing that all plants have in common, the roots. Do you know where the roots are? They are found underground. So let's take a trip all the way down into the soil and take a look at the roots. And here they are. These are the roots. The roots are tiny tubes that carry the food and the water to the stem, who then carry it to the leaves. You might be asking me, how does that happen? How do plants absorb water and nutrients through their roots? Well, this happens through 2 phenomena called adhesion and cohesion. First, the water droplets will stick to the tube, and this is called adhesion. Then, the water droplets will hug each other really tightly in order to move from one end of the tube to the other, and this is called cohesion. So, cohesion plus adhesion give us capillary action. And it's through capillary action that the plants absorb water and food to grow. Now that you know how capillary action works, you know how plants eat, and you are officially a plant expert. Congratulations and well done. But before letting you go and have fun with tea, there's 2 more things I wanted to tell you about. First, did you know that plants love to drink water? So if you have a plant at home, make sure to go give it some water because I bet it's probably really thirsty. And the second thing I wanted to tell you about, it's a fun fact. Did you know that the fastest growing plant in the world is bamboo? It grows up to 35 inches in just one day. Isn't that amazing?
Now it's experiment time. These are all the experiment materials you need. You can pause the video and come back later with all the materials ready so we can have some fun. It's time for the walking water experiment. So first, gather 5 clear glasses and lay them side by side just like this. Then, fill each glass halfway through with water. Make sure you skip the 2 glasses in between. Then, add your food coloring. So I did red on the outside, blue in the middle, and yellow on the other end. Once you have your food coloring in, start mixing. And this is what your table should look like. A glass with red food coloring, an empty one, blue food coloring, another empty one, and yellow food coloring. Now we're gonna fold some tissue paper. So fold it in half again, and in half again. And repeat this with 3 other tissue papers. So in the end, you'll have 4. Then put those inside each glass, making sure that the bottom of each tissue touches the bottom of the glass. And if you notice, the blue water is already crawling up the tissue. Isn't that so cool? And now we wait. After a couple minutes, you will see that the water has already started crawling up the tissues. That is so amazing. And if you wait a few minutes more, you would notice that the color has started going up even further. This is exactly how plants drink water. The water goes up through the roots and up the stem, and this is called capillary action. The next day, you would notice that you have a rainbow. And if you look at it a little earlier, you would notice that the water collected in the 2 cups that were empty, and the colors mixed in to form a rainbow. Blue and red made purple, and yellow and blue made green. And this is the walking water experiment. And now, experiment number 2. First, grab a clear glass and fill it up with water. Then, drop your favorite food coloring into the glass and start mixing. Make sure you mix really well. Third, grab a white flower and place it in the water. You can also use a white cabbage leaf. And now, we wait. While we're waiting, let's make some predictions about what you think will happen. Remember, flowers and other plants use capillary action to draw water from the soil up through the stem. So, knowing this, what do you think will happen to this flower sitting in blue water? Pause the video and guess before we find out. And drum roll, please. Whoa, the flower turned blue. Do you notice the little blue streaks on the petals? Why do you think that happened? Well, it's because the blue water traveled up the stem and into the petals of the white flower. You can even look at the bottom of the flower and you'll notice blue streaks. And this is the magical work of capillary action.
That's it for today. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, then please like and subscribe. Before letting you go, there is an extra planned activity on our Instagram account, so make sure to check it out. Also, we wanted to show you the amazing creation of our winner from the COVID-19 challenge. And here it comes! Congratulations! As promised, our winner will choose what we will learn about in our next video. So stay tuned for some more fun with Science of M&T. See you next time!